The chosen ones. What I am going to tell you may seem unbelievable, but it is the truth. If you're seeing this video right now, it's no coincidence that God has sent you here because something significant is happening in your life. There are forces attempting to lure you into their traps in order to control and mislead you. They may give you delicious treats, but believe me, do not drink this. Even if they beseech you, they want to betray you and exploit you for personal benefit. But here is the reality. Your energy is tremendous. They are unable to touch you. Your quiet is your strength. They cannot manipulate you. Not now. Not ever. It's time to turn down their offers and take complete control over them. You are entering a realm of power that they cannot imagine. Before we go further into this life-changing message, I'd want you to do 3 things. Hit the like button, subscribe to help us reach, and leave a comment with your number. This number will send a strong signal to the cosmos, boosting the energy in this movie. Remember, if you are genuinely a chosen one, you will watch this video until the finish. Your spirit already knows this is intended for you. If you're not prepared to accept this fact, you may not make it to the finish. However, for those that do, their lives will never be the same. Now let's get started. The Chosen One's power is unlike anything the world has seen before. It is not a force that can be seen with the naked eye or quantified using usual techniques. It is an inner energy that emanates from inside. Subtle, yet unmistakable. People may strive to dispute, control, or undermine it. But the fact is that this force cannot be touched, changed, or contained. The Chosen One does not need to demonstrate their talents, since their very presence compels respect, even if silent. It is the stillness before the storm, the silence that threatens to burst through the din of a world too chaotic to comprehend. What makes this power so astounding is its endurance. It does not fade with time, nor does it diminish with situation. The Chosen One's energy stems from something far deeper than ephemeral achievement or recognition. It arises from a deep connection to oneself and the cosmos. And, while others seek transient power or glory, the Chosen One understands the secret. True power lies under layers of silence and knowledge. This unshakable base provides them an unbeatable advantage. The capacity to stay calm in the face of turmoil is the pinnacle of power. It is the peaceful certainty that no matter how much external forces attempt to shake you, the core of your being will stay unaffected. The world may attempt to tear down the Chosen One by trickery, traps, and temptations. However, they remain steady, and this is the strength that others fail to perceive until it is too late. Nobody can see it coming because it is the power of the unknown. However, when it hits, it is unshakable. In a world where noise and distraction obscure the truth, the Chosen One lives with purpose and clarity. Their energy runs under the surface like a river, seemingly tranquil on the exterior, yet capable of causing tides that change the Earth's foundation. No one can take this power. Nobody can describe it. Because when the Chosen One decides to ascend, nothing or no one can stop them. Temptation may take many shapes, and it is frequently camouflaged as something innocent, even desired. Others make smooth and appealing promises that tap into your innermost needs and concerns. They guarantee ease, prosperity, or safety. But behind it all, there lurks a secret poison. It is a subtle manipulation of your will, a force attempting to bend you to its goals. The Chosen One understands this all too well. They have seen the bait and heard the enticing promises, yet they stay firm. Because they know deep down that accepting this offer means accepting weakness, giving up a bit of their soul to forces that do not have their best interests at heart. The poison may seem pleasant, enticing you with a simpler road, a shortcut to your goals. But there is always a catch. It may seem to be the solution to your problems, but it really traps you in a cycle of dependence and compromise. When you sip from that cup, you give up your power. The Chosen One sees through the illusions. They don't require what others have to give because they understand that genuine strength comes from inside, not outward affirmation or transient rewards. They refuse to be purchased since their soul is much more valuable than any promise offered by others. Resisting temptation is more than merely saying no. It's about understanding your value and recognizing when someone is attempting to steal it from you. It is about believing in your own power and knowledge, even when the world around you tells you to take the easy road. The selected one's capacity to reject these offers stems not from fear, but from respect for their own abilities. They understand that the only thing that can hold them back is giving their energy to the wrong people, and they refuse to allow that happen. Temptation typically strikes when you're at your weakest, expecting you'll be fragile enough to be persuaded. However, the selected one has learned to remain unshakable. They have withstood storms and battled adversity, testing their boundaries with each experience. They have become stronger. When temptation knocks on their door, they merely grin, knowing that no offer is worth the cost of their inner strength. Betrayal is one of the most horrible experiences anybody can have. It takes numerous forms. Friends who turn their backs. Allies expose their actual intents. Too late. Promises are broken at the most vital occasions. However, the selected one is aware, vigilant, and prepared for this. They do not allow their hearts to stray in quest of external consolation or affirmation. They've learned that once shattered, trust is difficult to recover, so they defend it fiercely, shielding their energy from anyone who may try to exploit their weakness. The risk of treachery is its subtlety. It often wears a disguise of friendship, love, and devotion. It is shrouded in promises and phrases that seem familiar. But treachery is a snake coiled in the darkness, waiting for the proper time to strike. This is not anything new for the chosen one. They understand that not everyone who offers assistance is a genuine ally. They have weathered the storm and emerged stronger. The experience of betrayal just helps to increase their awareness, making them more sensitive and careful about their trust. The chosen one's reaction to treachery is not one of fear or fury. It is a peaceful awareness that people are better off without such dishonesty in their life. Those that betrayed the chosen ones did not realize the full importance of their energy. And it is the ultimate kind of treachery, underestimating someone who cannot be taken down. The selected one travels forwards, unwavering in their commitment. They understand that their path will never be determined by the acts of others. Treachery may hurt, but it simply feeds their desire to climb above in the face of treachery. The selected one is unmoved. They will no longer let others' actions to define them. People who abandon, injure, or turn against them expose only their own flaws. The chosen one continues to pursue their path with elegance and purpose, knowing that no amount of treachery can ever take away what they are entitled to. Your energy is the most potent force you have. It emanates from inside, producing an atmosphere that cannot be broken. Others may attempt to influence, draw from, or lessen its light, but they cannot touch it. Your energy is impenetrable. It moves like a river under the surface, always steady, forceful, and yet so elegantly delicate. It is not something that can be seen or quantified, but those who are sensitive to it may sense its power. No external force, manipulation, or deceit can alter the essence of who you are. People may attempt to undermine you with their words or deeds, but they will never reach the heart of who you are. The selected ones own and defend their energy with all of their existence. They understand that their strength is not in what they offer to others, but in what they keep back. Their energy is their castle, and no one can break through unless they let them to. Even in periods of weakness or uncertainty, the chosen one's energy stays constant. It is neither determined by their outward circumstances, nor is it reliant on the acceptance of others. The selected one's energy is an internal force that cannot be moved. No matter how hard they try, they understand that nothing and no one can take it away from them. And this understanding becomes the greatest type of protection, a barrier against negativity, manipulation, and deception. This impenetrable force is what distinguishes the chosen one. They do not need to demonstrate anything to anybody, since their energy speaks for itself. It attracts people who are ready to accept it while repelling those who attempt to abuse it. Whatever others do, they cannot reduce the strength that exists inside the selected ones. Energy is the power that forms their fate, and it will stay constant regardless of the hurdles in their way. There is tremendous power in stillness. It is a weapon that the chosen one handles gracefully and precisely. When others attempt to provoke, manipulate, or control, the chosen one keeps silent. They recognize that words may be weapons used to elicit responses or influence emotions. So they chose quiet instead. It is not a quiet born of fear or obedience, but rather one that communicates volumes. In this quiet, the selected one gets insight. They see stuff. Other myths make you feel something. Others miss and comprehend things that go undetected. The world is filled with noise, views, diversions, and judgments that attempt to draw you in 1,000 different places. But the chosen one maintains their quiet, knowing that their reaction, or lack thereof, is the most effective weapon they possess. Their quiet compels others to disclose their genuine selves. In the lack of language, others are left to face their own reasons and anxieties. And when they do, the selected one is able to perceive the truth clearly. Silence also helps the selected one to keep control of their energies. They are not readily persuaded by the disarray of others. Instead, they stay focused, grounded, and steady, while others respond impulsively, influenced by emotion and external stimuli. The selected one is not disturbed. Their quiet acts as a barrier, safeguarding their tranquility and concentration. In a world when everyone is yelling to be heard, the chosen one realizes that the loudest voice is often the weakest, so they keep quiet, not because they have nothing to say, but because they recognize the actual power that silence can offer. In stillness, the chosen one becomes unstoppable. Their power is evident and unmistakable. Those around them may attempt to provoke or influence, but they will discover that silence is the most meaningful reaction. The selected one's genuine power is found in their silent might. Manipulation is a stealthy power that may seep into your life without your knowledge. People will strive to influence your choices, ideas, and behaviors to further their own goals. The chosen one understands that manipulation is often disguised as caring, concern, or counsel, but they've discovered that genuine power resides in trusting their own judgment. They do not need the approval or affirmation of others to navigate their route. They just need a compass to traverse the globe. The key to breaking free from manipulation is self-trust. The chosen one understands that listening to their inner voice always leads them along the correct road. They have perfected their capacity to judge what is real for them against what is being pushed by others, regardless of how convincing someone may seem. The selected one remains true to their own views and objectives. They will not compromise for anybody or anything. They trust their intuition, and it is this trust that protects them against those who want to dominate them. Breaking free from manipulation is more than simply rejecting others. It's about recovering your ability to make choices for yourself. The chosen one understands that they are solely accountable for their own existence. Nobody else can direct their course or destiny. They've learned to identify manipulation from a mile away when others are attempting to lure them into their web. And with that awareness, individuals have complete power over their lives. Nothing can take away their freedom to make choices. The power of self-trust is immense. It enables the selected one to openly face their destiny without fear of being misled. Their confidence stems from the understanding that they hold the key to their own happiness and success. Manipulators may come and go, but they will never have the ability to change the path of the chosen one's life. This is the ultimate freedom, the ability to believe in oneself and know that no one will ever take that faith away from you. Life often confronts us with several offers, some legitimate, others fraudulent. False ones are enticing, offering an easier path, more rewards, or achievement without work. The chosen one understands that they are traps intended to divert and mislead. Rejecting deceptive offers entails more than just saying no to something that is not appropriate. It's about taking charge of your life and choices. The chosen one realizes that every decision they make influences their destiny, and they refuse to allow others pick their path for them. The selected one has learned to identify the telltale signals of a fraudulent offer. These deals are often too good to be true. Lacking the depth and integrity that come with real chances, they sparkle brightly at first but swiftly fade once the price is revealed. These deals often had strings attached, hidden charges that are not immediately evident. By rejecting them, the chosen one regains autonomy, allowing them to make choices based on their genuine purpose rather than the world's ephemeral attractions. Taking control entails standing strong on your principles and not allowing someone to trick you into surrendering them. The chosen one understands that every time they reject a fraudulent offer, they reinforce their dedication to themselves and their goal. They are unconvinced by the easy path or the promises of achievement that come with sacrifice. Instead, they forge their own route, understanding that genuine success requires hard effort, honesty, and keeping loyal to their ideals. By rejecting fraudulent offers, the selected one has complete control over their life. They do not let others influence their options or actions. They believe in their power to create the life they desire and refuse to accept anything less. The courage to reject these enticing offers comes from their trust in their own value, vision, and power. To build something much larger than any shortcut to embracing your power, recognize that you are your own guardian. The selected one knows this well. They do not depend on external sources for validation or safety. They understand that their best protection is their own inner power. This power is what protects people against injury, manipulation, and negativity. The chosen one understands that the more they embrace their full potential, the stronger their energy gets. When you accept your power, you stop waiting for someone else to come to your aid. You understand you're your own hero in dazzling armor. This does not imply that you lack allies or support, but it does mean that you are never relying on others for your safety or success. The chosen one bears their own protection, which is based on self-confidence, self-trust, and a firm conviction in their own talents. This ability is inherent in them and cannot be taken away by any external force. This power is not to be feared. It is something worth celebrating. The chosen one has learned to completely accept it and walk in it with confidence. The more they lean into this power, the stronger it becomes, engulfing them in a protective aura that repels negativity and danger. Others may attempt to bring them down, but they cannot reach the chosen one's shield. It is a force that surrounds them, built on every victory, lesson learned, and moment of inner strength. By accepting their power, the chosen one forms an unbreakable relationship with themselves. They no longer seek external protection because they understand that they are the most important source of their own safety. This protection provides confidence and freedom. The freedom to be outspoken about their ethical beliefs, to confront the world straight on, certain that nothing can break them. Their strength is their defense. There is nothing stronger than that. In the domain of the invisible, the chosen one is protected by an invisible barrier that no one can penetrate. This barrier does not consist of walls or physical defenses. It is formed of pure energy, based on the strength of their beliefs and the clarity of their mission. Nobody can defeat the chosen one because their power is founded in something that cannot be touched or seen. It is a power that exists beyond the scope of conventional comprehension. Others may attempt to influence or control a quiet but impenetrable barrier, but they will always fail. The chosen one's energy generates a force field that repels negativity, manipulation, and deception. It is not true that the chosen one is invincible. Rather, their energy is so in tune with their truth that nothing can pierce it. This invisible barrier serves as a shield, keeping them safe from anyone who want to harm or manipulate them. The beauty of this invisible barrier is that it does not function as a wall. It does not prevent the selected one from enjoying their life or communicating with others. It just excludes the hurtful, unpleasant, and deceptive. It keeps the selected one open to love, connection, and development while shielding them from negative influences. This barrier does not isolate. It empowers the chosen one to be true to themselves while going through the world with confidence and tranquility. No one can dominate the chosen one since they are in tune with their own energy. When you live in accordance with your truth, nothing and no one can shatter you. This invisible barrier embodies that fact, a subtle but strong force that protects you from danger, allowing you to travel your path fearlessly. Manipulation is a cleverly planned trap designed to catch the unwary. It's delicate, even imperceptible, and often disguised as friendliness or care. But the selected one recognizes the symptoms of manipulation. They've gone through the fire and can see the traps before they're triggered. They realize that manipulation exploits your vulnerabilities, worries, and wants. It lures you in with promises, only to trap you in a web of control and deception. Recognizing manipulation strategies requires awareness and judgment. The chosen one has perfected these abilities throughout time, learning to read between the lines and trusting their instincts. They no longer believe hollow pledges or misleading guarantees. They've learned to trust their instincts and know when someone is attempting to dominate or mislead them. Their increased awareness serves as a protection, allowing individuals to manage the complicated world of relationships and interactions without succumbing to deception. The key to escaping the trap is to stay anchored in your own strength, which comes when you trust yourself and understand your value. You are less prone to succumb to the deceptive attraction of manipulation. The chosen one has established a solid foundation inside themselves that no one can shake. They no longer seek acceptance or affirmation from others, making them more resistant to deception. The traps may still remain, but the chosen one recognizes them for what they are and moves past them with elegance and confidence. The chosen one's strength is their capacity to remain loyal to oneself and identify when others are attempting to sway them off path. They no longer let their wants obscure their judgment, and they never let others influence their choices. By evading the trap, the chosen one reclaims their liberty and gains complete control over their life. In a world that feeds on noise, the selected one's best defense is silence, whilst others chase after transitory diversions. The selected one stays grounded, focused, and serene. This quiet does not indicate inactivity, but rather inner power. It is in this silence that they view the world for what it is and see the flaws of others around them. When others attempt to provoke, manipulate, or control, the chosen one keeps silent, allowing the truth to emerge in peaceful times. The selected one's calm reveals the underlying goals of others, while others respond hastily, motivated by fear, wrath, or want. The selected one notices clearly. This quiet enables them to see beyond the illusions that others attempt to create. They understand that in a world full with noise, quiet is the most effective reaction. It compels people to expose their genuine intentions, hidden vulnerabilities, and inadequacies. Stillness is the perfect weapon because it silences the sounds around you. It is an unwillingness to participate in the turmoil and manipulation that others attempt to incite. The chosen one's quiet is not weakness. It's strength. It is the realization that you do not have to respond to every provocation, that your energy is too important to be wasted fighting fights that are not yours. In this quiet, the chosen one gains clarity and control. They are unaffected by external events or the turmoil of the world. Instead, they stay unaffected, unshakable, and unbreakable. In doing so, they reveal the flaws of anyone who might attempt to question them. After all, silence speaks louder than words. Emotional distance is a type of self-protection which the chosen one has perfected. It is not about isolating oneself from people or being cold and disinterested. It is about constructing a barrier between your inner world and the external factors that try to control or manipulate your feelings. By keeping this emotional distance, the chosen one guarantees that their decisions are never influenced by the desires or goals of others. They may love and connect emotionally, but they do not let their emotions be exploited against them. Emotional distance enables the selected one to save their energies. They understand that betrayal usually occurs when you are emotionally weak. Allowing people to get too near and show your flaws while maintaining a healthy distance prevents others from getting too close to their heart, guaranteeing that no one can harm them in the same manner. It is a barrier that preserves their tranquility, vitality, and sense of self. This distance also allows the selected one to make judgments based on clarity rather than emotional reactions. They can react to problems rationally and wisely, rather than being motivated by fear, wrath, or insecurity. Emotional distance does not indicate separation. It entails staying steadfast in your own truth while shielding your inner reality from the turbulence of others. It is the pinnacle of self-care, enabling you to stand firm and unshaken no matter what comes your way. Finally, emotional distance may be used to empower individuals. It enables the selected one to shield their heart while remaining engaged with the world in a meaningful manner. By keeping this distance, they build a balanced existence in which they manage their emotions rather than the other way around. The strength inside you is impenetrable. It's unbreakable. No matter how hard they try, there is a strength inside you that emanates from your heart, soul, and intellect. The chosen one understands this better than everyone else. They have encountered difficulties, problems, and adversity that might have shattered them. Instead, they emerge stronger. Why? Because they possess boundless power. It cannot be broken since it is an essential component of their identity. This strength is independent of the outer world. It is not dependent on circumstances, achievement, or favor from others. It originates from inside. The chosen one understands their value and purpose deeply, and no external influence can ever weaken their strength. Negativity, deception, or betrayal cannot break their core identity. The chosen one has unrivaled power. It is an unstoppable force because it cannot be taken away. It is everlasting. Every obstacle and setback they confront only helps to deepen their inner strength. When others attempt to break them, they face unbreakable resistance. The chosen one is not just strong. They're unstoppable. This power is essential to the chosen one's resilience. It keeps them anchored while the world threatens to rip them apart. It gives them the strength to keep going no matter what happens or how hard others attempt to break them. The selected one stays intact. They stand tall because they understand that the strength inside them is the most potent force in the world. Staying unshaken is a decision, one the chosen one has made. There are many individuals in the world who will attempt to influence, persuade, or modify your route in order to further their own objectives. But the selected one remains solid, unwavering in their commitment. They understand that their path is their own, and no one else has the authority to dictate it. They reject others' influence not out of arrogance, but because they value their own authority and autonomy. Knowing yourself is essential for being unshaken. No one can move you when you know your value, purpose, and direction. The selected one understands this. They do not let others' ideas, judgments, or wants influence them off their course. They move with confidence and clarity, knowing that they have power over their own fate. Rejection of influence does not imply isolation. It is about empowerment. The chosen one is not frightened to stand alone because they recognize that being true to oneself is the only way to obtain genuine satisfaction. They remain unshaken because they understand that the only opinion that counts is theirs. And when they believe in their own strength, they may live a really authentic life. By rejecting others' influence, the chosen one reclaims their own authority. They no longer let the external forces of the world influence their decisions. They walk fearlessly in their own truth, knowing that nothing and no one can move them from it. Betrayal happens when you least expect it, yet the chosen one understands that it does not define them. Instead, it is a chance to retake control. When someone betrays you, they believe they have stolen something from you. Your trust, your vitality, and your feeling of security. But the selected one understands that this is a mistaken assumption. Betrayal cannot shatter them since they have control over their own energy, life, and destiny. Reclaiming control entails regaining what was rightly yours in the first place. Your power, the chosen one, does not allow treachery to shape their destiny. Instead, they turn the tables on those who would hurt them. They utilize the experience as motivation to climb higher, get stronger, and restore their sense of identity. Betrayal may be painful, but it is also an opportunity to rise above and redefine what is possible. The chosen one understands that the only person who has true power over their life is themselves. They accept responsibility for their energy choices and behaviors. Nobody can take it from them. And when they retake control, they find themselves more powerful than before. They utilize the lessons acquired from betrayal to strengthen themselves and their future, ensuring that no one ever takes advantage of them again. Finally, Treachery is merely another stage along the Chosen One's path. They use it as a chance to develop, empower themselves, and retake control. And in doing so, they soar higher than they ever imagined imaginable, leaving behind those who attempted to shatter them. Here are 10 more appealing and interesting headlines. Each has 4 large paragraphs. These categories build on the topic of personal strength, resilience, and empowerment. Within you, a warrior awaits to be released, adding dimension to the story. Too often, individuals go through life without fully comprehending the enormous potential that exists inside them. The Chosen One, on the other hand, understands that they already possess the power they need. It's only a question of tapping into it. Life's fights, whether internal or external, do not destroy them. They feed their intrinsic need to endure, persist, and rise again. It cannot be removed or destroyed. When times are rough, it's natural to question oneself. However, genuine warriors do not back down. When dealing with difficulties, they get up, gather their inner confidence, and charge forth. The selected one has learned to trust their inner strength. Recognize that each adversity presents a chance for progress. With each fight, the inner warrior becomes stronger, more resilient, and more unshakable. They are no longer frightened to battle since they know their power is limitless. The warrior within is not a metaphor. It's a physical force that appears when you need it the most. It's the voice that encourages you to keep going. When everything else tells you to quit, it's the unyielding confidence that you can and will achieve, no matter how difficult the job. The selected one is well aware of this fact. They have unleashed the strength of their inner warrior, which motivates them to press onward. Even when the odds seem to be stacked against them, this warrior isn't looking to fight others. It is about overcoming yourself, your doubts, and your limits by releasing your inner warrior. You enter a land of boundless possibilities. You become unstoppable. You are not impervious to difficulties. Rather, you refuse to be beaten by them. You rise above stronger than before, knowing that no challenge is too severe for the Chosen's inner power. Someone has mastered this ability, and so can you. Maintaining attention is one of the most difficult problems in today's noisy and distracting society. But the selected one understands the value of unwavering concentration. They recognize that genuine success is founded on the capacity to remain focused on your vision, purpose, and objectives while others get distracted by the turmoil around them. The selected one remains focused. Their concentration is like a laser beam, cutting through the noise and leading them exactly where they need to go. It's more than simply paying attention. It's about tuning out anything that doesn't contribute to your objective. To acquire unshakable concentration, you must learn to save your energy. The Chosen One does not allow distractions to take up their time and focus. They are particular about where they direct their energies, recognizing that every second spent in a distraction is a moment squandered. They've learned to say no to things that don't correspond with their objectives and to keep focused on their path regardless of what's going on around them. Clarity is essential for maintaining unwavering attention. When you understand what you want and where you're heading, distractions become unimportant. The Chosen One realizes that having a clear vision eliminates all other distractions. They don't get caught up in the drama or turmoil since they are focused on their objective. Their attention is a potent force that drives them onward, generating irreversible momentum. However, attention is not something that happens passively. It demands deliberate effort. It requires constancy, discipline, and an ongoing reminder of why you're doing what you're doing. The Chosen One's unshakable concentration has been honed over years of practice and self-awareness, and it has enabled them to accomplish remarkable things. You, too, can harness the power of unshakable concentration to forge your own road to success. Life does not always go smoothly. In reality, the most potent lessons are typically learned from the storms we face. The Chosen One has come to see that hardship is not to be dreaded. It's something you should embrace. In the middle of the storm, we find our actual strength, tenacity, and ability to adapt. The winds may howl and the rain may pour, but the Chosen One remains unaffected by the mayhem around them. They understand that every storm is an opportunity to develop, evolve, and become more than they were before. Adversity challenges you. It tests your limitations and pushes you to go deeper than you thought possible. However, it also brings forth your finest qualities. The chosen one understands that the power they obtain through difficulty is the same strength that will propel them ahead. The storm may be terrible, but it is only brief. What remains when the storm has gone is a stronger, more powerful version of you. Adversity has taught the chosen one that resilience is more than just dodging the storm. It's about how to dance in the rain. They have encountered obstacles that would have destroyed lesser individuals. Nonetheless, they emerged triumphant because they refused to let the storm define them. Instead of fleeing, they leaned into the pain, certain that it would pass and they would emerge stronger on the other side. Embracing the storm is about turning adversity into a source of strength. Every task you face adds another layer to your power, making you stronger with each encounter.